पर लास्ट टाइम सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था, है ना ऋषभ? Okay, so let's go ahead and start today's session. We will start with UTM parameters. We will talk about segmentation. So we were going ahead and saying this is where we our connection did cut. Suppose you are actually working for Flipkart.com. Now Flipkart.com has a huge big billion day sales program, right? So if you want to go ahead and launch this kind of a campaign, you would launch it on all platforms, right? That is all channels, all segments for all products. So what you would do is you will actually go ahead and launch it on affiliate, email, SEO, SEM, social media. Correct everyone? Pretty much everywhere. Similarly, you will launch it for all product categories, whether that is men's section, women's section, kitchenware. Then you will go ahead and launch for, say, electronics. You will launch it for accessories. You'll launch it for everything as well. Correct? Now, at the end of the day, you would want to go ahead and see a report which you can actually go ahead and see that which platform did better for men's section. Correct? At the same time, which platform couldn't perform in kids section though? Correct, everyone? You would want to go ahead and have these kind of reports. Which channel did best for jeans? Or which, what was the conversion rate for watches on email? You would want to go ahead and get all these kind of emails. Channel means all these kind of platforms, whether affiliate, emails, SEO, SEM, social media. Right, Shailendra? Remember, Shailendra, we did actually did a couple of case studies as well of our channels, like my partners and all that. So these are the kind of questions that we would want to go ahead and see, get answers to. So my question to you all is, how would you go ahead and do that? So for that, we will go ahead and use UTM parameters. So Google Analytics was actually created by a company called Urchin, and before Google actually bought it, it was called as Urchin Analytics. Okay, so Google has pretty much ended everything else, but UTM parameters they have still retained. UTM parameters Google has still retained, even though rest everything they have closed or they have rebranded to Google. So what do I mean by that? UTM is Urchin Tracking Methodology. So what you have to go and do is, somehow you will have to go ahead, somehow we will have to pass information to Google about which channel that we are coming from, correct? which campaign that we are coming from, correct? Because Google can see what you are doing once you are on the website, correct everyone? It can go ahead and track each and every activity once you land on the website. But where you are coming from, that we need to tell Google. Does it make sense? So say Google Analytics can actually go ahead and track each and every activity of ours once we actually go ahead and land on Google, correct? Right? But where are you coming from? Where were you before you came to my platform? How come Google will come to know about it? We have to come up with some kind of a method so that we can tell Google where we are coming from. Once you are on the platform, Google can go ahead and see. Make sense to everyone? Correct, means source. Which channel, which campaign, how you are coming to the website. Make sense, Rishabh? For that, we actually go ahead and use UTM parameters. So what we have to go ahead and do is, so Google has provided us a campaign URL builder, a tool through which we can actually go ahead and set up these UTM terms. So let me go ahead and show that to you. And I will also go ahead and put the link of the same over here. Roll. So this is the campaign URL builder that has been provided by Google to us. So what we'll have to go ahead and do is, let me go ahead and take out all these values. Now, let's say I would want people to go and land over here on this particular page, okay? If you think about it, this is a lead generation form for me, correct? What am I asking for? Name and email address, correct? So it's what am I doing? I'm generating leads over here. Right everyone? So I would want people to come on the platform, put up all these things, Kunal K Mehta 08 at gmail.com, my email address. Go ahead, click on this button. So everything gets registered. Somehow this page is not opening. I don't know why, but this is what I would ideally want over here. Make sense to everyone? Yes, Raj. So this is the campaign URL builder on the chat box, and I will actually go and put it over here as well. Does it make sense to all? Now, if I would want people to come up over here, come on this kind of a page. So this is my landing page, correct everyone? So I can go ahead and take this URL and put it over here. Okay, everyone. Now, where do I want to go ahead and run this campaign? Let's say I would want to go ahead and run this campaign on Facebook. I can put Facebook over here, okay? Now, Facebook is a social media channel, right, everyone? So I will go ahead and put social. Now it will go ahead and ask for the campaign name. So I can go ahead and put BBD as in Big Billion Day campaign name over here. In case of paid campaigns, you have to go ahead and put keywords over here, right? Just like on social media also, you can actually go ahead and have your paid campaigns, right everyone? So you can actually go ahead and put your keyword over here. Let's say Big Billion Day men's. And then you have to go ahead and put your content. That is, what is there in the creative. Do you all understand what is creative? Yeah, so whatever kind of a message that you are sending in this email, sending in this message, whatever it is. So what kind of a content is it? So you can go ahead and put, let's say, jeans. This was for jeans. Make sense to all? So once we go ahead and fill up all this kind of a form, it will go ahead and give me this kind of a link. Do you all see it on my screen? So I can go ahead and copy this URL now and put it on Facebook. Let's say if I go ahead and put it on this chat window. Now go ahead guys, click on this link once. Sorry. So as you are clicking on this campaign, super. Now see, I can see that there were 11 people. Okay, this is not my view. Let me go to my account as well. Thank you so much, Neha. So I have around 10 folks over here. Now see, my campaign source is Facebook. Can you all see it on my screen? Now, if I want to go ahead and launch the campaign link on Twitter, what would I need to go ahead and do? I might rest everything, it would remain the same, and I'll change from Facebook to Twitter over here in this box. And this will go and change this link for me. Copy this link, put it on Twitter. Now, not all of you, some of you go and click on the second link. Same form, right? So what has changed? Nothing. See what has changed over here. Can you all see? Now I have 6 people coming from Facebook, 6 from Twitter. Can you all see this? So even though your experience has not changed as a customer, you are going to the same place. But Google Analytics can go ahead and tell me how many people are coming from which kind of a campaign, which kind of a source. Correct, Ms. Sumedha. Now, do you all remember my partner's case study? How many of you remember that? When we were able to go and find out that Twitter was sending us fake traffic? How many of you remember that case study? Remember we went to channels, social, Facebook and all that. All these kind of reports, channels report, source medium reports is created because we actually go ahead and use these campaign builder to go ahead and pass on this kind of a value. Like campaign source, campaign medium helps us to go ahead and create this. source medium report. So Google will be able to go ahead and create this source medium report because of these links over here. Does it make sense to all? Do you see how these UTM parameters become a backbone for us to go ahead and create these acquisition reports and better understand the traffic, better understand our marketing spend? Right, everyone? So you can actually go to campaign name as well. See, so they were not set big billion day, BBD, how many times people came in from there. So let's go ahead and select from January onwards. So all these reports are created by over here. So if you go ahead and see, there's campaign name over here, campaign, channels, Raj. This channel report is created because of these UTM parameters. Okay. Then source medium. Can you all see it? The backbone of all these reports is our UTM parameters. How many of you have seen these tree map reports? To go ahead and see where exactly my sessions are coming from. Can you all see it? I can even go ahead and change it to goal value. Did you go ahead and see these reports? Or you did not explore? Okay. Now see how easy it is to go ahead and just look into this visualization and see which channel is most profitable channel for me. So maximum conversions to come from direct. Can you all see this? You don't even have to go and look into the entire table. Correct, guys? Whereas highest pages per sessions are coming from email. Direct means people who are coming directly on the website, not through email, not through some social channel, not through some referral, not through some affiliate, not through some organic search, but directly on the website through URL, not paid. Make sense to everyone? Any question, any doubt right now? All understand the importance of these UTM parameters? Correct. So you will have to go ahead and have Facebook over here. Correct, say? If you are running a Facebook campaign in UTM source, you need to have Facebook over here. What you have to go and notice over here is, see, everything is in lowercase. Can you all see this? Yes, you can shorten up the URL. So for example, this is the URL. Let's go to bit.ly. Let's go ahead and see that. Let me go ahead and make it to Instagram, okay? Let's copy this URL. Let's go to bit.ly. Put the link over here. Let's go ahead and shorten this thing up. This is the shortened link. Copy this thing. Come up over here. Put this bit.ly link over here. Now, again, I have put the bit.ly link over here, guys. Go ahead and click on it. Let's go ahead and see what happens over here, okay? Again, your experience is the same. You can go ahead and see the same page. Now let's see how it shows in reports. Now you see Instagram over here. So as a customer, your experience is not changing. From Google Analytics perspective, I am able to track everything. Correct, everyone? Pretty awesome, right? So what we have to go ahead and make sure of is, number one, everything should be in lowercase and there should not be any spaces. So you see in BBD mens, space mens, I have over here BBD underscore mens. Can you all see this? So no spaces and everything is in lowercase. Keep this thing in mind, okay? So let me go and put it right now, right over here as well. Put everything in lowercase and no spaces. You can use camel casing, you can use underscores, but no spaces. All right, guys. So far, so good. Any other question, guys, right now before we move on? So you would want to go ahead and see, Kunal, how do all these campaigns, is this the way that people go and run their campaigns? Let's see. Campaign term is used in case you are sending paid campaigns. So you have to go and put your keyword over here. All right, everyone. Okay. So you would want to go ahead and see, Kunal, is this the way people go ahead and run their campaigns? Let's go ahead and look into that. Some of the examples. So you get these kind of emails from Naukri.com and all. Right? So what you can do is you can click on this kind of a link to go to Naukri.com. So let's go and click on this. I would want all of you to go and look into the URL, okay? Can you all see over here UTM underscore campaign, UTM underscore medium, UTM underscore source, UTM underscore content? So what does it mean? That even they are going ahead and using the same UTM terms, right, everyone? Let's check it for Myntra as well. So again, you go ahead and get all these kind of emails from Myntra as well. Let's see that. What happens when we click on these kind of links? Again, can you all see the links? Can you all see the URLs? Exactly, Yoshita. Oops. See UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign. So pretty much everywhere you will see these things. Excuse me. Any question, guys? So pretty much everywhere you will see the same methodology. Any question, guys? Any doubts? With Google, you mean what? With GA, we don't have to. We just need to have Google Analytics on our platform and then these links. That's about it. We don't have to go and link these two things. Google will handle it himself. Absolutely. You can do it from WhatsApp group as well. Let's try it. Okay. Well, I have never done it in the past. Let's see if we can do that or not. Okay. Let's put WhatsApp over here. All right. Let's take the copy the URL and let's go to WhatsApp. Where should we send? Okay, I'll send it to my wife. Okay. She'll get confused, but she wouldn't mind. So now people will go and come and click on this link. I'm having UTM source as WhatsApp. Let's see what my reports say. Okay, it's not able to go and recognize the social traffic over here, but I should be able to go and get this thing. Go ahead, use this link, guys. All see this? So I'm able to go and see which kind of a keyword that people are coming from. Let's see if I can actually go and see the source as well. You see this? WhatsApp source? Guys, yes, no, maybe? Pretty decent, right? So all these kind of details will be available to us, even from WhatsApp. Make sense to everyone? So see, Rishabh, you'll have to go and send the campaign, right? I have put it as social. Raj, I did put the campaign medium as social. I can even go and put it as referral if I want. So Rishabh, I will have to go and put the link somewhere, correct? And then when people click on it, then they come on my website. Only for paid. So this is doesn't go for every keyword, Vikram, only for paid. If there are many, then you should be having many links, right? Anyways, for different keywords, you are creating different links, correct, Vikram? For different keywords, you are creating different creatives. So within that, you just have to go and put this link. Okay. So Medium is that, see, source is the exact platform where we are actually going ahead and putting the link. For example, on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these kind of things, right? And Medium is what they are. They are social media, correct? They collectively they are social media platform. So you have to go and put social in Medium. Make sense over here, Raj? Content can be anything. Right now I'm saying I'm launching for jeans campaign. You're launching for shirts, go ahead, label it as shirts. Correct, Vikram? Any other question, guys? In organic, we do not go and put the campaign term. Rest everything would remain the same. Sumedha. I'm copying it from here. You see this URL? Just click on this copy. Correct, Raj. Email, affiliate, referral, display, whatever you would want to go and put, you can put the name of the channel over here. Any other question, guys? Now let's say I have it on WhatsApp, right? So I will go and paste this URL on WhatsApp. Right, Sayed? Because I have to go and launch on WhatsApp. If I'm launching campaign through Facebook and Instagram, then I have to create two different. Absolutely correct, Neha. This page link is already over here, and I did share it on chat window as well. Let me go and do it again. Okay, Vikram? Any other question, guys? बिल्कुल पक्का? पक्का बिल्कुल. Great. Yoshita, Vikram, Syed, Sneha, Claire, Smita, Shailendra. What do you mean by that, Yoshita? Explain me your question. Correct, Manish. We just will have to go and paste the link then. On our side, Google Analytics will be implemented. Correct, Vikram? On our side, we don't have to go and paste these links. These links have to be pasted on Facebook, Twitter, emails, and all these kind of things. Right, Vikram? So Yoshita, explain me your question. What do you mean by automated? So source and medium reports you will get automatically. But to go and get the campaign terms, campaign names, campaign content, you will have to have this whole UTM parameters, Yoshita. In case of FB, you can just place it on your wall, Manish, or wherever you go and put your ads. You go and put your ads as well, right, Manish? So just within those ads, when people go and click on that ads, so these are the links that they will be clicking on. Make sense, Manish? Perfect. Anything else, guys? Hetal, Kailash, Minar, Raj, Rashmi, Ronak, Rishabh. Ronak, you're very silent today. What happened, man? Remember, I told you, Vikram, that real-time reports are available, but for detailed reports, we'll have to wait for how long in standard version? Correct, Rohit. How long do we have to go and wait for the detailed reports? 24 to 48 hours in free version, and up to 4 to 8 hours, 2 to 4 hours in paid version. Correct, everyone? Any other question, guys?
Correct, Rashmi. Okay, fine. So let's go on and let's go ahead and start doing segmentation now. Now remember, I told you that everything over here depends upon the soul of everything still is marketing concepts. Correct, everyone? Remember this? I told you about it that the digital marketing soul is still marketing concept, and segmentation is a very, very important marketing concept. Did we talk about it earlier? Bit part, STP, segmentation, targeting and positioning, correct? So there are 4 kinds of segmentation. What are these 4 kinds of segmentation? Geographic, demographic, behavioral, and psychographic. Have we done these things? Have we talked about all these things, guys? Have you seen how to go ahead and do segmentation within Google Analytics? Guys, yes, no, maybe, don't remember. You have done it? Perfect, then I don't have to go and repeat the topic, right? Guys, have we done it or not? Actually, I don't remember. We have done it. Okay, perfect then we won't be actually going ahead and going through the topic once again. So let me go ahead and we haven't done it. Repeat. Okay, that was a different thing altogether. So okay, so geographic segmentation is what? So what is segmentation first? Segmentation is nothing but grouping of customers, products, services on the basis of shared attributes. Correct, everyone? This is what segmentation is. Let me go ahead and check what we all have done. No, we haven't done segmentation. Okay. So what is geographic segmentation? When we group on the basis of location. For example, weather, climate, city, country, language. Correct, everyone? This comes all under geographic segmentation. Then what is demographic? Demographic is on the basis of age, gender, family life cycle. So how many of you have heard about DINKs? What are DINKs? They are the most coveted, the most important marketing segment out there. Correct. Double income, no kids. Right, everyone? Why? Because this segment has high disposable income, no liabilities. Correct, everyone? Hence, they become the most important marketing segment out there. Similarly, again, one of the most important segment is new parents. And I tell you why. How many of us are parents over here? Like I am a parent. I have 2 kids. Anyone else? You are Sumita? Correct. Rashmi, Neha, Smita, super. A lot of people. So do you guys remember when you became a parent for the very first time, then what happened? Do you remember how crazy you were? You still would be, but at that time you were absolutely crazy. You know the first thing that I bought for my kids, you wouldn't even believe it. The very first thing that I bought for my kids was toothpaste and toothbrush. Because I thought my kids are getting born early in the morning, so I will go ahead and brush their teeth. Which newborn baby actually has teeth? And you can actually go ahead and blame it on the fact that Kunal, because it was you, a man who went to go ahead and shop for his newborn babies. Had it been your wife, she wouldn't have got that, right? But my wife is lot more crazy than me. What she did, she bought all kinds of new clothes for them, correct? And then kids grow very fast. All those clothes we had to go ahead and kind of donate. My kids didn't even wear those clothes, right? Everyone, this is what new parents do. New parents are absolutely bonkers. And now you also do know, right, that in Punjabi culture there was a huge thing of pre-wedding shoots. How many of you have seen that? Must have, right? Nowadays pretty much every family does it. Now since these things became common and everyone started doing it, what did Punjabis do? Punjabis will have to go and do something different, right? So Punjabis came up with this cringe fest. That is pre-maternity shoot. Have you ever heard about this thing? You know, more I see all these things, more I agree with Thanos. I mean, he had a point, right? You did, Shailendra? Congratulations. I will go for it and give a big round of applause to you. Shailendra obviously does. Okay, so these are the kind of things that people go ahead and do. And this is what new parents do, by the way. If you think that you won't do it and all that, and you are not as crazy, new parents can go and do anything. Trust me on that. You know what new parents do? Yeah, Shailendra, I agreed, man. New parents are absolutely. I'm telling you, I bought toothpaste and toothbrush, dude. This is still not as stupid, right? I bought toothpaste and toothbrush for a newborn baby. You know what else new parents do? How many of you have heard about something like cord life? Heard about it? The umbilical cord thing? See, I know all new parents have done that. You know, the idea over here is that they actually go ahead and cut the umbilical cord of the babies and they go ahead and keep it in freezer, in cryogenic cylinders. The idea is if in case your child has an organ failure at any point of time, these umbilical cords have something called as stem cells. These stem cells can become any organ. So theoretically we can go ahead and extract the stem cell out of the umbilical cord. We can put it in the lab, make any organ that we would want to, and we can go ahead and put that organ in the child. Make sense to all? I mean, look at it. We have got it done for 50 years. It means till the time my kid gets 50 years old, he or she can actually go ahead and get this done. Now, we had twins, right? So, I got it done for both my kids. By twins the na, their genetic material was pretty much the same. I did not have to go and get it done for both my kids. And I am Yes, and this is all theoretical. Right now, there is no practical application. This is all in labs. This is all in papers. There is zero practical application of this right now. But we still did it. In fact, if I go ahead and ask all these people who have said, I have done it, I have done it, I have done it, when was the last time you asked your service provider, that cord life thing, that whether the sample is in right shape or form or not? Do you even know what happened to that umbilical cord? Have they ever communicated with you? This is just a faith, right? Right, everyone? You did not receive anything. I never received anything. I'm being very honest. I never received anything. I don't even, they don't send me photographs. They don't send me any report, any monthly report. Like my bank has my money, right? And they go and give me monthly report, na? Correct, Yoshita. Have you ever got some kind of a monthly report that this is where the umbilical cord of your baby is kept? And these were expensive, right? Like somebody did it 10 years ago, right? 55K, right? See, these are all pretty expensive, but we don't get anything out of it, right? So this is how crazy new parents are. This is what the same thing happens, Sumita, with everyone. So anyways, what I was trying to go ahead and tell you was that this is how important understanding the segmentation of your customer is. Because when you understand the segment of your customer, you would know how to go ahead and reach out to them, correct? Because if I go ahead and tell you, dude, get this medicine, it would be good for you. It will go ahead and increase your capacity of your brain. Would you buy that medicine? If I go ahead and tell you that this is one medicine that can actually go ahead and increase the capacity of your brain by 10%, and we go ahead and put everything in milk of our kids, right? From Bonvita to Complan to everything, because they go ahead and promise us your kids will get taller, they'll get smarter, their bone density will go ahead and increase, and all these kind of things. Correct, everyone? And we all are marketers. We know that these are all advertisements. These are actors wearing white coats. Right, everyone? Why? Because they appeal to our emotional side of the brain. Because they know that we can do anything for our kids. Correct, everyone? So this is how important it is to go and understand segmentation of our customers. Similarly, what is behavioral? When we go ahead and segment people on the basis of what kind of benefits that they are seeking. What kind of benefits that they seek. And then what is psychographic? That is segmentation on the basis of activities, interests, and opinions of people. Okay, everyone? What they like to go and do in their free time, what kind of activities interest them, what kind of opinions do they have. Earlier, we never used to go and get this kind of data. Correct? But nowadays, this data is very readily available. Where do you see all this data? Absolutely on Facebook, on Instagram, on Tinder, or whatever you guys do use nowadays. Only for hookups, no relationships, and all these kind of things, right? This is what you go ahead and put in your Tinder bio. So all that is what? Those are your activities, interests, and opinions, right, everyone? So now how we can actually go and use segmentation within Google as well. Because remember, everything is based on marketing concepts. So how Google Analytics provides us this capability, okay? Let me go and show that to you. So let's go to audience overview reports for a minute. Now over here, let's go ahead and start making the segmentation. So you see segment button over here, add segment. So I can click on this to go ahead and create a segment over here. Then I will go ahead and click on this new segment, this red button over here. So once I do that, it will go ahead and create a form for me to go ahead and create the segmentation. I can go ahead and put the name over here. Let's say Delhi users using Chrome. Okay. So what I can do is, okay, where people are coming from Delhi, that is their city, their location city is Delhi. Right, everyone? Then I can go to technology and I can actually go ahead and choose that their browser is Chrome. Correct, everyone? It gives me variety of options. For example, what kind of gender they should be, what kind of age group they should be having, what kind of language that they speak, what kind of operating system that they are having, what kind of device that they are using. Are they using mobile, tablet, or desktop? How many times that they have come on your website? How many days ago they came on your website? How many transactions? How many orders that they have placed? How much time that they have spent on the website? What was the date of the first session? How they came from email, they came from social media and all that. They did something. For example, they came to the home page but did not buy any product, or they went to the product page but did not buy the product. All these kind of things. And then you can go and click on save. And this data is just for Delhi users using Chrome browser. Okay, now I can add another segment. Let's say over here again, I can click on the new segment, and this time I can say non-Delhi users using Chrome browser. So what I can do is, where my city rather than contains does not contain Delhi, but they are still using Chrome browsers. So non-Delhi users, Chrome browsers. Okay, and I can click on save. Now what I can do is I can actually go ahead and compare the performances of these two groups of customers. Can you all see it on my screen? So this is what segmentation helps us go ahead and do. We can actually go ahead and see which segments are better for us, which segments are not as great for us, how we can, maybe there is some kind of a problem with some kind of a segment, and all these kind of things can be done over here. Can you all see this? Very good question, Ronak. See what happens in filters, Ronak. Filters are created for views, correct? If I go ahead and create a Delhi filter, would I get non-Delhi user reports within my view? Correct, Ronak. So I cannot go and compare side by side, correct? That data will be gone from my view, correct, Ronak? Over here, I can, through segment, I can actually go ahead and observe two different user groups over here, correct, guys? My data is not getting lost anywhere. Guys, yes, no, maybe? So that's the idea. Any other question, guys? No other question? Remember, Raj, filter views are created for different teams. For example, there is a team which is working in Australia. They should not be having India data. Remember, Raj, this is what we talked about, that views are created for different teams within different geographies for different channels. In all website data, we should not be having any filters. But other than that, we should be having filters on the basis of what data is relevant to them. Make sense, Raj? Let's see that, Rashmi. Let's go ahead and make another segment. Delhi users who are not using Chrome browsers, okay? I can go ahead and take city contains Delhi, but not using Chrome browser, okay? Technology, over here I can say does not contain, oops, does not contain Chrome, okay? Not using Chrome. And this is the data that I can actually go and see. So Delhi users using Chrome, what is their performance? Non-Delhi users using Chrome, what is their performance? Delhi users not using Chrome, what is their performance? Pretty decent, Rashmi, right? Does it make sense to everyone? Now you may say, Kunal, can we go ahead and compare this data as well? Let's go ahead and see that. Let's go ahead and compare to previous year. And you all see this? This report is becoming so complex, correct? Guys, yes, no, maybe? This report has suddenly become so complex over here. So seems like Delhi users not using Chrome showed best performance improvement. Correct? So now you can actually go ahead and see, you might say, Kunal, this seems like these reports are very complex to go ahead and read, right? Now tell me, do you expect your area heads, your, have you done reporting? We haven't, right? Do you think that your area heads, your team heads, your CMO will actually come into Google Analytics to go ahead and look into reports at such detail? Do you think they would? So what can we do for them? But they should be looking into data, right? So they wouldn't come into all these detailed reports, but they should be looking into data. Summary, what we call as a dashboard, right? What if we actually go ahead and create a dashboard for them and send it across for them? Can we do that? What kind of a metric would be important for them to go and understand? What kind of metric they would want to go ahead and see? They would want to go and see users. They would want to go and see sessions. Correct, everyone? What else? They would want to go and see page views, conversion rate, correct? Bounce rate, okay. Transactions, that is
Goal completions in my case, goal value, which is like my revenue. Correct, everyone? They would want to go and see which channels that people are coming from, which cities that people are coming from, what is the split of new versus return users. Correct, everyone? These are some of the most important reports for them. How long would it take for us to go ahead and create this kind of a dashboard, which would be having all these kind of details, and we'll have to go ahead and send it every single day to my clients, to my stakeholders? How long would it take for us to go and create this kind of a report? How long, Ronak? Have you created these kind of reports ever on Excel or some other tool? GS filters, okay. Still, if you have ever created any kind of a report, how long does it take you? 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, 1 day, 2 day? No idea? Okay. So let's go ahead and try to go ahead and create it on our end, how long it would take. So it's 9:15. Do you think that we'll be able to go ahead and finish up by 9:30? So somebody give me a time check over here, okay? So I will go to customization and then I will go to dashboards. Can you all see dashboards over here? So I'll go to dashboards and I will click on creating a new report. So let's go ahead and name it June 4 dashboard, okay? And I will go ahead and click on create dashboard. So I'll start creating a report over here. The very first thing that I will do is, let me just go and cancel this thing and yeah, all users. So let's go ahead and click on add widget. And I would want the metric of users, right? I'll click users. I'll click on save. What would it do? It would go ahead and give me users over here. Let me go and switch off comparison as well. That's a little easier to go ahead and see. So users, okay? Now add another widget. I would want sessions as well, okay? Click on metric, get number of sessions. Let's get sessions. Can you all see this? I got users, I got sessions. I click one more time. This time, let's go ahead and get the page views. Page views. Click on save. Done. Now you said conversion rate. Let's go ahead and do that as well. Goal conversion rate. Let's go ahead and click on save. Then goal completions, goal value. Let's go ahead and get that done as well. Add widget. Goal completions. Let's go ahead and save this thing. Now see, everything is coming up over here, right? So I would want to go ahead and keep it over here. So I can go ahead and just drag and drop these things. Can you all see it? How simple it is? Add another widget. This time for goal value. Got. What else do I want? I want channel report as well. So let's go ahead and add one more widget. Let's see a table this time. What do I want? I want channel. In metrics, what do I want? I want users and I want corresponding revenue. Let's go ahead and get goal value. Click on save. Right over here, right? What else do I want? I want cities where people are coming from. Let's go ahead and plot it on map. I would want city. I would want the metric of, let's say, revenue or goal value in my case, where people are coming from. Click on save. And this is created for me over here. What else do I want? I also want a comparison of different user types, new versus return users. I'll show it to you, Ronak. I can go ahead and take a bar graph or pie chart, whatever I want. Want a metric of, let's say, goal value, or let's sessions. And I want a dimension of user type. Okay, let's go ahead and try to do that as well on the basis of age. So this is right over here. Let's see if we can add one more widget. This time on a bar graph. What do I want? I want age and I want number of users, right? Let's click on save. This one is coming up over here. Can you all see it now? Now tell me, how simple was it? It did not even take us 8 minutes. Can you all see it? We started at 9:12. At before 9:20, we were able to go and create this kind of a dashboard. Now, what I can do is I can even go ahead and schedule an email over here. Email to whom? My stakeholders, let's say. I can go ahead and say, hey, send this report daily to this person for next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever I want. PFAD report. I will go ahead and do it. Should be moving. Can you all see my screen moving? So Vikram, please check your connection once. So you can go and click once right now. I'll say I'm not a robot. I will click on send. And this report is now sent. Now tell me, how simple was it? Difficult था? Within 10 minutes, not only you have been able to go and create the dashboard, but you were able to go ahead and schedule it as well to be delivered via an email every single day to your stakeholders. I'll just show it to you. So it's over here, Vikram, customization. You see this customization, and over here, you'll see dashboards. Make sense, Vikram? And if I go and see in my email box, there is the, can you guys see my screen? There's a PDF over here right now. Can you all see this PDF report? See, this report would be delivered to me every single day. Cool, right? Guys, yes, no, maybe? Correct. This report is absolutely dynamic. What if I go ahead and ask you to go ahead and create this kind of a dashboard? Can you all see it on my screen? Now you will say, Kunal, what's so special in this dashboard, right? So let's say you ask me, Kunal, how much revenue did you make in 2018? So I'll go to year and I will select 2018. I'll tell you, dude, I made $72,000. So, okay, Kunal, how much revenue did you make in 2018 on weekends? I'll go and select this. I'll say, okay, on weekends means Saturdays and Sundays. So on weekends of 2018, I made $24,000. Can you all see it? Now you may say, Kunal, how much revenue did you make in 2018 on weekends from Delhi? So, okay, fine. Let's go and find that out. From New Delhi, okay. Today I made $2,560. Can you all see it? I say, Kunal, but how much did you make from email campaigns? I'll click on emails and I'll say, I made $817 in the year 2018 on weekends from New Delhi. Pretty cool, right? How long would it take for us to go and create this kind of a dashboard? Any idea how long would it take us to go and create this kind of a dynamic dashboard where we are having world maps, all these kind of things over here? 10 minutes, Rishabh? 5 minutes? Let's see how long it takes us, okay? Can you guys stay back for 5 more minutes? Can you extend the session for 5 to 7 more minutes? Would that be okay? Let's go and see how long would it take, okay? So what I will do is I will go ahead and create a new report over here. So I'll let it open up. So by the way, this is a different tool altogether called as Microsoft Power BI. It's not free of cost, but for first 3 months, you can actually go and get a free access, free trial version for first 3 months. And after that, it's $10 per month per user. But why am I telling you all these things? Is because guys, this is one of the best tools out there, and I will go and show it to you, okay? So I can go and click on get data over here to go and get data from my Google Analytics account and say Google Analytics is right over here. So I can actually go ahead and connect to Google Analytics. It will ask me to go ahead and connect. Since I've already signed in, so it will not ask me to go and sign in again. But you might have to go ahead and sign in once. And it will go ahead and show me all my account property and views over here, okay? So if I want to go and connect with Power BI, I will have to have the admin access on the account. So I'm having admin access on this account. So I will go ahead and do that. All website data. And then I will go ahead and see what all metrics do I want. I want to go ahead and get the number of users. What else do I want? I would want to go ahead and get the number of the bounce rate. I would want to go ahead and get the session duration. I would want to go ahead and get the sessions. Okay, well, what else do I want? Kunal, I would want number of goal completions. I would want goal value. Okay. What else do we want? From time perspective, Kunal, we do want day of the week name. I would want year. Okay. What else do we want? You can say, Kunal, we would want cities, people where people are coming from. Absolutely, Ronak. Pretty much every database can be connected over here. Kunal, I also do want channels. Done. So I guess this should be good enough for us to go ahead and at least create a small level dashboard. Goal value we have, completions we have, year we have. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can actually go and create out of it. Okay, so let's go and click on load. So it's going ahead and loading all the data that is in my Google Analytics right now within Power BI. It's connecting with everything. Just creating the data model. I'll just go ahead and give 1 minute to this.
So that's it. All this data is now loaded over here. Now what I can do with this? So I can go ahead and click city. Moment I went ahead, click city, Power BI has already seen that this is geographic data. So it has plotted accordingly. And I will say, okay, I would want to go ahead and see all these circles over here on the basis of goal value, how much money that I'm getting from there. You see how it has done? It has created my chart accordingly. If I'm getting more revenue from somewhere, that circle has become bigger. So I'll go ahead and resize it. Okay. I would want to go ahead and get a tree map kind of a thing for default channel grouping with goal value. This kind of a thing has come up. I would want to go ahead and have my data labels. Let's go ahead and increase the size of my data label so that I can actually go and see clearly how much money I'm making from there. Can you all see it? How simple it is? What else do I want? I would want to go ahead and get the number of sessions I've got. Okay, here you go, number of sessions. I would want to go and see how many users I got. Okay, there you go, number of users. What else do I want? I would want my session duration. Okay, my average session duration. So right now this is coming up as sum. So I can now go ahead and change it to average as well. Now what do I want? I would want my goal completions. How many orders have been placed on my website? How much revenue have I earned from that? And how much is my conversion rate? Do I have conversion rate over here? Did I get it? No, I did not get it. Okay, no problems. What else do I want? I would want to go ahead and see filters over here. Kunal, I would want to go ahead and see data by year. You can go ahead and create a filter for year, select it as a drop down and put it right over here. Okay. What else do I want? Kunal, I want one more filter, let's say, on the basis of day of the week name. Okay. Let's go ahead and again make it a drop down over here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put a logo over here to go ahead and make sure that people can actually go ahead and see some kind of a logo over here. Let's go to pictures. Let's see if I'm having some kind of a logo over here. Let's go ahead and put the logo of Digital Vidya only. Now guys, how long it took me to go ahead and create this kind of a report? Not even 10 minutes, right? Guys, yes, no, maybe 6 minutes and done. Now tell me how amazing it is. Correct, everyone? Now I can actually go and play around with my data over here. I can pass on this kind of a report to my stakeholders and they can go and look into it, what exactly is going on. Right? Now your question in your mind would be, Kunal, why did you go and teach us this Power BI? Are you getting paid from them, right? So my question to you guys would be, guys, think about it. How many digital marketers would be out there right now in the industry? How many digital marketers would be there? Any idea? Thousands? Lakhs? Countless? Why should you get a contract or why should you get a job? Out of all these lakhs of people, why should you go ahead and get a job? Why, out of all these hundred thousands of people, why should you get a contract? Because you know something more than others. Correct, everyone? That is the only reason, Sneha. Correct, guys? And that is why I have taught you this kind of a tool. Because when you go ahead and showcase your clients with the help of these kind of visualizations, that's when they go ahead and say, okay, dude, I did not know that this could happen. Right, everyone? See, everyone would be having Google Analytics data. The person who is able to go ahead and present it, who is able to go ahead and convince your stakeholders, who will go that extra mile, absolutely fantastic, Sumedha. That person will go and get the contract, that person will get the job. Correct, everyone? So, guys, this is my request to all of you to always go ahead and keep this thing in mind. And on this note, we will go ahead and end today's session. Any doubt, any question that you might be having, guys? I really hope that you enjoyed today's session because we did cover a lot of things today. We talked about UTM parameters, we talked about segmentation, we talked about reporting and dashboarding, which are extremely important things. And in fact, in next classes, we will go ahead and get into the topics of e-commerce and advanced analytics. Okay. So guys, this is the feedback link. Please do let me know how did the session go, what went right, what went wrong. Changing session timeout. Great. So in last session though, I will go ahead and go through integration and all that, but I will still go ahead and tell you right now, Ronak, how you can actually go and do it. Okay. Thank you so much, Rashmi. Thanks, Minar. So what you can do is, this is admin console, right? Or any kind of a change can happen only in admin console, right, Ronak? Go to tracking info. You see this session settings. Click on session settings, and there you go. Change the session timeout over here. I'll do that, Vikram. Any other question, guys? Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Again, I really thank you all for actually going ahead and taking your time out at this time. I know that it's very difficult, and last session got had to be cancelled as well. So I'm sorry about it. We are having session tomorrow, right? We will go and talk about it in our next session, Sumita. Don't worry about it. Uh, can we do it in our next session, Minar? Would that be okay if we go and do it tomorrow? Shailendra, would it be okay if I go and take your question tomorrow? I have another call actually right now, okay? So I'll just go ahead and jump in that call right now. So I will definitely go ahead and take your doubts and take your questions tomorrow. And again, we will go ahead and switch our gears now. We will get into e-commerce and advanced analytics, guys, from next session onwards, okay? So as you might have noticed that every session we are actually going ahead and incrementally raising the bar. We are doing more complex stuff. Like right now, today we talked about UTM parameters, we talked about segmentation, we talked about reporting, a new concept altogether. So next session again we will go ahead and do something little more complicated. All right, guys. You all take care, everyone. Good night. Thanks a lot, Smita. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. You are very kind. You say all those nice things to me. Really appreciate it. It really motivates me. I'm very tired at this time. Sincerely, I am. I have a lot of work nowadays, but somehow you guys actually go ahead and give me all that energy and all this motivation. So really appreciate it. Good night, guys. Take care.